So Randy and Kim-Anh, I'm curious. Tell me about us.
There was a miracle behind See Grins.
Wow.
First of all, Kim-Anh and I decided to get into the RV business. We retired. It was our passion. We really wanted to help people learn about recreation and get into it. Look, families are no longer spending the time that they used to spend around the kitchen table talking.
Right.
They have the internet, they have and all these communication devices. People are spending all their time communicating, but not really communicating.
Yeah.
And they're not really being a part of nature. Mm-hmm. And so we passionately decided that we wanted to get into the recreational vehicle business for the purposes of helping families unite and even creating better, stronger relationships. Mm-hmm. It's more romantic when you're together. Yeah. There's more intimacy when you're together as a family and you're in the wilderness. It's just a completely different feeling. So we started to look at how many properties came in?
8.
8 different properties. And we made offers on 2 or 3 of them. So on the 8th property, Kim-Anh said, we're done. Wow. And so that night, for the very first time in our relationship, we held hands and said a little prayer in that evening when we went to bed. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up with this vision. And I know this is going to sound crazy to you, but I saw a property on Highway 101 in San Martin called the Nursery Outlet. And I had never been on that property. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I see this Nursery Outlet. And I have a very important meeting at the office the next morning at 9:30, and I'm getting ready to get onto the freeway, and something's fighting I know this sounds crazy, but I felt absolutely a fighting of that wheel.
Seriously?
Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I knew that I was supposed to go to this meeting, which was going into San Jose. Instead, I was going towards Gilroy on Highway 101. And I pull into this nursery, and I walk in. I went up to the counter, and I said, is the owner in? And Diane Dufer said, I'm the owner. I'm one of the owners. What can I do for you? And I said, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm supposed to buy your property. Have you ever thought about selling it?
This is seriously how the story happened?
Yeah. And she said, and so she said, you're not going to believe this. We listed it last night at 9 o'clock. We're supposed to own
chills. You tell me this story.
I said, we're supposed to own your property. She said, well, you don't know anything about it. Have you ever been here before? And I said, no, but we're supposed to own the property. I mean, I felt that convicted that this was meant to be. We made an offer on the property the very next day. It was turned down. We made an offer the next day. It was turned down. And then on Saturday, I convinced Kim-Anh to make one last offer. And we made an offer. And it was turned down. You know how you always feel that there's a creator out there, right? And you always think your prayers are going to get answered.
Right.
So all of a sudden, this car pulls into the driveway, and it's Ken and Diane Dufer that own your nursery.
In front of your house?
Yeah.
They pull up and they said, you can't believe this. We were just in church. And something had told both of us during our prayer time.
They told you this?
That you guys are supposed to own our property.
Oh my gosh.
I said, you got to be kidding me. I thought that there was another nursery wanting to buy it. They said, there is. But and that's why we kept turning down your offer. Yeah. But we just really feel that there's something here. We're supposed to do something here.
Amazing.
And so we went into the house, and in 15 minutes, we had the deal put together.
So you worked it out between the 4 of you?
Yeah.
We did.
Right.
Now, that's not even the miracle. We felt that we could get the property rezoned in a year or 2. So meeting after meeting after meeting, planning department, planning commissioners, county supervisors, everybody, no. So we had to meet with the Dufers, Diana and Ken Dufer. Ken and Diana looked at each other and they said, Randy, if it takes a year or if it takes 2 years, we're going to help you.
Why did they have a change of heart?
Well, you know, I think that they just saw the effort that we put out. And you know what? It's a part of the miracle. Oh. It had to be the power of prayer.
Oh, yeah.
We had all these people in all of these different churches and communities praying for us at this point.
That's incredible.
And then finally there's a a meeting of the county supervisors to talk about an amendment to the general plan. We're the next one up on the agenda, and they said, well, you know, how many are for See Grins opening up in Santa Clara County? And they all 5 voted unanimously.
How do you explain that?
Well, that's not the miracle. Listen,
that's not the miracle?
That's not the miracle. There's a $350,000 charge, I think I said that earlier.
Yeah.
To just process the application for a general plan amendment. But because the general plan had already been amended for this new viewshed law that had just been passed seconds ago, they brought us in and they said in the county, they said, why don't we, since we're doing a general plan amendment anyway, let's just let See Grins come in under that general plan amendment. And we didn't have to pay the $350,000.
Okay, that's
because we were a part of the general plan. Listen, Jules, it could have only happened at that particular moment of time. Private initiated general plan amendments in the Santa Clara
How
County
often?
never has happened.
What?
Never. We're the only ones that have ever had a general plan amendment.
And on that day?
And it could have only happened at that time, at that moment. And that, in fact, was the miracle. Multiple miracles,
Along the
all
way.
small ones,
Yeah.
leading up to this monstrous miracle.
Huge.
And it was.
Bigger than you could pray for, actually.
And listen, let me tell you something. We are committed. We're committed to families. We're committed to couples about increasing and improving the value of their relationship. And, you know, believe it or not, an RV does help. We feel an obligation, a commitment, a responsibility. You know, it says that the more you're given, the more is expected from you. He's our Superman. And
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, we're very committed to making sure that everything that we do, we give back into the community. We're very committed to our what would you call it, our slogan? See Grins with satisfaction. And it's really about satisfying people and really making this opportunity, this experience, a wonderful experience. And we really do. We're passionate about it, and we go the extra mile with everybody. And if there's, and you know that as of January 2012, I'm personally calling every single person that takes delivery of an RV to make sure that they're completely 100% satisfied. We really wanted to tell this story because this story is not about us. It really is about this incredible miracle.
Well, what are we on the planet for, really? To serve others.
Absolutely.
Are we not? And that's
Thank
what
you.
you're doing.
That's exactly
I
right.
admire that you are serving others.
Well, we're lucky to be in this position. We
Yeah.
really are. We're very fortunate. So.
Well, you're inspiring, both of you.
Well, that's
I'm so
our-
glad to get to talk to you.
That's our story.
Yeah.